Greetings sport lovers and welcome to another edition of Inside Expect. We've really reached the business end now of this World Cup competition. We're down to the last 16. The big games really do start here, and the first one on this afternoon, Richie, is Uruguay against South Korea. Kicks off at 1600 hours in Port Elizabeth. Our 90-minute betting shows Uruguay 190, that's an industry top price.
Yes.
We're 320 on the draw and we're 475 on South Korea. How do you see it going?
Yeah, I've been impressed with Uruguay so far. They've yet to concede a goal. South Korea have conceded 6. South Korea, they look good against Greece, that 2-0 win, which set them off, but I'm not too sure how good that form is. I mean, Greece didn't produce much after that, did they?
No.
And they got thumped by Argentina 4-1.
Yeah.
And against Nigeria, the 2-2 draw, I mean, Nigeria could have won that. I mean, They had a hatful of chances. That Yakubu sitter, I mean, my mum could have knocked that one in.
I'm not sure about my mum,
but I mean, Uruguay, I'm more impressed with them. I mean, they qualified via the playoffs, but they scored more goals than Argentina in the qualifying.
I've seen them described as the sleeping giant of Latin American football, and I think that's a very decent description. They look very well balanced and very well organised. They've scored 4 goals so far in the World Cup and they're yet to concede. Forlán, he must almost be their man of the tournament at the moment.
I mean, he scored them 2 goals against South Africa, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's 5.5 to score the first goal and 2.5 to score at any time.
And South Korea, they've scored in each of their group matches, but they do look very dodgy in defence, don't they? I mean, they've scored 5 and they've conceded 6.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Argentina put them away, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they did come back against Argentina, pulled it back to 2-1, but I mean, you know, Argentina had too much for them. And I think the same will go again. I think Uruguay, you know, we're 1.9, but I think there'll be plenty of takers for that and we'll have to cut it.
I think there'll be a lot of takers actually. There've been 2 previous meetings recently. They've both just been in international friendlies, Richie, and Uruguay won both 2-0.
They met in Italia 90, Uruguay won 1-0, and versus South American side, South Korea played 4 South American sides, lost 3, drawn 1. It all points to Uruguay, 1.9. I don't think that will last.
We always have to bear in mind, don't we, at this stage, Richie, that these games easily can go into extra time.
Yes.
If they go to penalties, that's one situation in which I would say maybe the pendulum will swing towards South Korea.
Yeah.
South Korea have a 71% strike rate in penalty shootouts against Uruguay's 50%.
Yeah.
I think that's something for punters just to bear in mind.
Yeah.
Now the other game, this really for me is an absolutely fascinating game, Saturday evening at 20:30 hours in Rustenburg. The USA against Ghana. USA, we're 270, which is top industry price. The draw's 310 and Ghana 280. Richie, how do you see this one?
Well, Ghana, the Black Stars, they're carrying the hopes of Africa, aren't they?
Yes.
So whether the ref might do them some favours, I've heard that rumoured around. But I mean, USA, they're the highest ranked in this little bracket, you know, higher ranked than Uruguay even.
Yeah.
So they'll have high hopes of getting to the semi-finals. Now then, USA played Algeria. Algeria ranked 30th in the world, and they were 1.7 to beat Algeria.
Yeah.
Ghana are low ranked, they're 32nd in the world.
Yes.
And yet USA, I mean, they're 2.7.
Yeah.
I mean,
it does seem a big price.
Why on earth is that price? To qualify, they're 185.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does not make sense to me.
No.
I mean, Ghana, they were lucky to get that handball against Serbia and they won 1-0.
Yeah.
They couldn't break down the Aussies. Down to 10 men for over a half. Couldn't break them down.
Like you, one thing that's really impressed me about the United States is that so far they haven't had to rely on Jonathan Spector, my good old friend from West Ham United, and also that they've come from behind in 2 games. They've shown a lot of character.
Yeah. And they go right to the end. That Donovan goal, put on top of the table. It looks an absolute steal of a price, 2.7. It really is a massive price for me. I'm on lump.
Yeah. Richie's got the whole lot. He's mortgaged the house, everything. Don't tell the wife.
Mortgage the kids.
Don't tell the wife. Richie's in massive. But anyway, also Richie, if this turns up being a very, very close match, again, don't forget the dreaded penalty shootouts. We English know all about dreaded penalty shootouts. The Americans have an 80% strike rate in penalty shootouts. They are very calm under pressure, the Americans. Ghana have only ever been involved in 1 penalty shootout. And I personally don't trust the Ghanaian temperament. If it goes to penalties, I will be mortgaging our house, and don't tell my wife, and it'll all be on USA to win on penalties.
Yeah. I mean, half stakes, 2.7 USA, 90 minutes, and 1.85 just to qualify. Just get on. And it should be a win.
Well, there you are. Sit back, relax, enjoy all the action, pre-match or even live betting. If you haven't tried live betting, you really don't know what you've been missing. Live betting at Expect, you can't beat the experience. We're loving it, and we're good. Thank you very much for your opinions, Richie.
No worries.
And good luck to all of you.
Cheers, mate.